Yo, yo. So I have a Mayakashi deck profile. I think I mentioned one of the previous ones that I was going to make them up and play them. Yeah, pretty much. I've enjoyed the deck. It's nice. It's kind of fun. It's not very good. Mayakashi's not an archetype that is good. Like, their Link monster's pretty strong, but outside of that, they don't really do much more. Um, yeah, I'd say they'd have to get like a really good boss monster. But the fact they climb really easy with Daki would kind of mean the boss monster would have to have like a unique way of summoning, or maybe a better way of recursion than like if they're destroyed. But for now, I'll just get into what I used. It's just purely for fun. So I use like triple Daki, pretty standard. She's like one of the better ones. Pretty much the ratios for all of the Mayakashis is triple, triple, triple. These are the best ones you need. Daki's the one who climbs into all your synchros because she keeps coming back on your links. Hajin gets you Daki, and Yuki is like extended, stops you just dying to one hand trap. Um, yeah, Yuki's really good as well. Sends any zombie to grave, and then the last one is one Shafu, which is like next turn sort of plays a recursion. Um, I do like him. I think as a one-off, he's quite nice. You definitely don't want more than him. You can even cut him if you want. But I think for like turn two, he's quite good. Um, Triple uni zombie, like best zombie in the game. One Algol, one Mizuki, one Gozuki, and one Bolan. So this is like the only like genuine zombie package I used. Triple uni is uni zombie is always good. Algol generically just handy for zombie decks, and you can come back as a level 7, which helps with synchroing into the 9 or the 11. Mizuki is recursion. Gozuki can send Mizuki, and he can also summon stuff from hand. So a little bit more utility. Bolan's level 7 and can recur the ones from grave to trigger their effects during your opponent's turn. So really handy. A bit of an extender as well. So Jacko Bolan's really nice in this. Then it's just hand traps that I use, which is triple Ash Blossom and triple Droll. Again, this could be anything really. I was considering putting droplets in instead of the Drolls, but I kind of kept it. I quite like the triple Ash, triple Droll. I think I definitely keep the Ashes in, but the Drolls are something you could change if you wanted to. Could be droplets, could be imperms. But for now, I chose Drolls. I think they're quite nice to potentially give you extra turns to live. Then it's triple Mayakashi return, search your stuff. Triple talent attack, just broken spell. One Call by the Grave, one for one Monster Reborn, and one Foolish. So Call by hand traps hurt this a lot. One for one Hydrogen's level 1, so pretty handy to try and just summon them from deck. Monster Reborn's really handy in this deck, especially because all the zombie synchros triggers when they're summoned from grave. And in Foolish Barrel, you want to get zombies into grave, so it's a pretty good card. So that's the spells. And then for trap cards, I ran triple Rivalry, triple Ghost Meet Girl, and then one Mayhem. So Rivalry was really handy because like the deck's not got much going for it. So having that sort of floodgate just to kind of control the game state is really handy. It was quite nice, honestly. A lot of decks don't really have like plays for it. I mean, you always get decks that just don't get hurt by it at all, and then it just kind of sits to like sick. But occasionally, those type of decks might have like a generic staple in a combo that happens to be a different type, and then that's where you can lock them. But other than that, it's more or less like just a nice floodgate to control. Ghost meets Girl, this is really good. It's the 3 of. It is searchable, but you still want to hard draw it. This deck's, unlike Shiranui before, Shiranui actually could play a little bit better and had more powerful cards than this deck does. So this is quite heavy reliance on like using it to actually stop your opponent's turn, using draw or rivalry, just trying to get the game state to a stage where you just don't instantly die. And then one with mayhem, it's very situational. It's not that great. Again, you could cut this and like Shifu if you want to, but for now I'm playing as a one of. It's nice when you've got it set up and it's actually working, but otherwise it's just situational. And then for X deck, I use two of the skeletal Mayakashi. Uh, I think I should cut them down to one, and I'll tell you why in a second. But pretty much you only ever summon one per game anyway. But yeah, he comes back from grave, but he's a towers. And it's just when any Mayakashi link dies, and at that point you would technically have six. I have five because I only run one of the link four, which you should run two. She is really strong, and you do go through the first one. Like the first one will probably get outed, and then if you have the chance to get into the second one, you will want to make it. So I definitely cut him down to one. Two of Yoko, two of Tengu, two of the poisonous Mayakashi, two Carp. Yeah, the others should all be two ofs. You need them to climb twice. Yoko's probably the better one, and Tengu. Yoko pops off me some grave. Tengu pops spell traps, and so Yoko's monsters, Tengu spell traps, and on target as well, which is nice. And then Tsuchimoku mills 3, and the cart stops monsters being destroyed by battle, I think. Yeah, by battle this turn. So they're not too bad, but you need 2 of each to kind of climb. You know, to go 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. You don't need like 2 of this because if you hit the 9, you could technically just link the 9 and the Daki off into a link the second time around, and the skeletal should still be engraved to recur. So yeah, I would technically use 2 Yukiona. She's the best one by far. Really good, really good. And then I ran 2 of each of the others. She doesn't really come up often. She's just kind of like a climber. But she's okay. Yukiona, the ice cool Mayakashi, is really good. She summons, she negates an effect or something on field, I believe. Maybe turns it to 0. No, negates effects, but it's a quick effect in the grave. She banishes herself and summons a zombie synchro from your banished or your grave, which is really handy, which means, technically speaking, you quick effect use her, which then triggers Yukioni to negate something on the field. Then you can summon a Yoko in and pop a monster on the field, or a Tengu and pop a spell trap on the field. It's just quite nice in that sense. It's got really cool interaction. That's kind of like the most interaction you'll get from this deck, though, is using Yukiona. I mean, you could end your board on her with like a synchro if you could, and use her for the trap card. I mean, even if you just use her for the trap, and like let's say your opponent just sets one pass, you could then go and end phase effect, banish, summon Tengu, Tengu pop the back row. So yeah, it's pretty good. I definitely use 2 of each of these though. I don't have a second absolute 0, so I ran 2 of the skeletal, and I was like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Skeletal's like decent. But I end up finding that Yukiona is just way superior. So yeah, 100% I would say use 2 of her. Otherwise, pretty much that's the profile. I just enjoy playing the deck. I'm gonna make Vampire after this. Playtest Vampire bit. I'm quite looking forward to them. They look fairly decent, to be honest. Yeah, so out of the zombie decks, I think Mayakashi's definitely the worst one, but it's quite fun. It's one of those decks, if you play against someone else using a deck that's like not that good, you can have quite a nice grindy fun game. But otherwise, if you play against like a meta deck or like quite a strong deck, there's a really high chance you'll just get annihilated in like turn 1. So or like a deck playing like 15 hand traps. This deck doesn't do too good against hand traps. It's very sensitive. But other than that, yeah, that's the profile. I'll update with a vampire one at some point. I don't do these too often, and I'm not like uploading loads of profiles to like do YouTube profile stuff. It's just I like making decks. I experiment with them. I make builds and I'm pretty happy with it. And then after I'm deciding to move on to another deck, I'll upload it in case in the future I need to know. But it's also nice if other people want to pick up a deck. That's fun. And then find profiles, because sometimes these type of decks, like, they not many profiles are online of them, or they are like a year old or 2 years old. But yeah, hope you enjoyed anyway. Bye.